Texas is the most populous state in the south-central region of the United States. It borders Louisiana to the east, Arkansas to the northeast, Oklahoma to the north, New Mexico to the west, and an international border with the Mexican states of Chihuahua, Coahuila, Nuevo León, and Tamaulipas to the south and southwest. Texas has a coastline on the Gulf of Mexico to the southeast, covering 268,596 square miles and 695,660 square kilometers, and with over 30 million residents as of 2023, it is the second largest state by both area and population. Texas is nicknamed the Lone Star State for its former status as an independent republic. Spain was the first European country to claim and control the area of Texas. Following a short-lived colony controlled by France, Mexico controlled the territory until 1836 when Texas won its independence, becoming the Republic of Texas. In 1845, Texas joined the United States as the 28th state. The state's annexation set off a chain of events that led to the Mexican-American War in 1846. Following victory by the United States, Texas remained a slave state until the American Civil War, when it declared its secession from the Union in early 1861 before officially joining the Confederate States of America on March 12. After the Civil War and the restoration of its representation in the federal government, Texas entered a long period of economic stagnation. Historically, 5 major industries shaped the Texas economy prior to World War II: cattle, bison, cotton, timber, and oil. Before and after the Civil War, the cattle industry, which Texas came to dominate, was a major economic driver and created the traditional image of the Texas cowboy. In the later 19th century, cotton and lumber grew to be major industries as the cattle industry became less lucrative. Ultimately, the discovery of major petroleum deposits, Spindletop in particular, initiated an economic boom that became the driving force behind the economy for much of the 20th century. Texas developed a diversified economy and high-tech industry during the mid-20th century. As of 2022, it has the most Fortune 500 company headquarters, 53 in the United States. With a growing base of industry, the state leads in many industries, including tourism, agriculture, petrochemicals, energy, computers and electronics, aerospace, and biomedical sciences. Texas has led the U.S. in state export revenues since 2002 and has the second highest gross state product. The Dallas and Fort Worth Metroplex and Greater Houston areas are the nation's 4th and 5th most populous urban regions respectively. Its capital city is Austin. Due to its size and geologic features such as the Balcones Fault, Texas contains diverse landscapes common to both the U.S. southern and the southwestern regions. Most population centers are in areas of former prairies, grasslands, forests, and the coastline. Traveling from east to west, terrain ranges from coastal swamps and piney woods to rolling plains and rugged hills to the desert and mountains of the Big Bend. The northern mockingbird, Mimus polygletos, is a medium-sized songbird with a gray to brown body and a lighter underbelly. They are known for their powers of mimicry and can learn the songs and calls of hundreds of other birds, as well as musical instruments, car alarms, and many other sounds. Northern mockingbirds are found in the majority of the continental United States and in Canada and Mexico. The bluebonnet is the state flower of Texas. It's a member of the Lupinus genus, which includes many species with blue or purple flowers. The flower petals resemble the bonnets worn by pioneer women to protect them from the sun. Bluebonnets are annual plants that prefer well-drained areas and full sun. They are native to Texas and the Southwest, and are related to pea plants. The pecan is a nut from a species of hickory tree that is native to the southern United States and northern Mexico. The name pecan comes from the Algonquin word packing, which means nut that needs to be cracked with a stone. Pecans are a popular ingredient in pies and are high in fiber, plant protein, and essential vitamins and minerals. The U.S. state of Texas is divided into 254 counties, more than any other U.S. state. While only about 20% of Texas counties are generally located within the Houston and Dallas and San Antonio and Austin areas, they serve a majority of the state's population with approximately 22 million inhabitants. Texas was originally divided into municipalities, municipios in Spanish, a unit of local government under Spanish and Mexican rule. When the Republic of Texas gained its independence in 1836, the 23 municipalities became the original Texas counties. Many of these were later divided into new counties. The last county to be initially created was Kennedy County in 1921, but Loving County is the newest organized county. It was first organized in 1893 in an apparent scheme to defraud, abolished in 1897, then reorganized in 1931. Most of these recent counties, especially near the northwest, were created from Bexar County during the 1870s. Each county is run by a commissioner's court, consisting of 4 elected commissioners, one from each of 4 precincts drawn based on population, and a county judge elected from all the voters of the county. In smaller counties, the county judge actually does perform judicial duties, but in larger counties, the county judge functions as the county's chief executive officer. Certain officials, such as the sheriff and tax collector, are elected separately by the voters, but the commissioner's court determines their office budgets and sets overall county policy. All county elections are partisan. The one exception is the Board of Trustees of the Dallas County Department of Education. The Harris County trustees were elected on a nonpartisan basis until 1984. While the counties have eminent domain power and control all unincorporated land within their boundaries, they have neither home rule authority nor zoning power. The county is responsible for providing essential services except for fire and ambulance, which are often supplied by volunteer fire departments. Unlike other U.S. states, Texas does not allow for consolidated city-county governments. Cities and counties, as well as other political entities, are permitted to enter interlocal agreements to share services. As an example, a city and a school district may enter into agreements with the county whereby the county bills for and collects property taxes for the city and school district. Thus, only one tax bill is sent instead of 3. School districts are independent of county and city government with the exception of the Stafford Municipal School District, which is city-controlled. The Federal Information Processing Standard FIPS code, which is used by the United States government to uniquely identify states and counties, is provided with each entry. Texas code is 48, which when combined with any county code would be written in the form of 48XXX. The FIPS code for each county in the table links to census data for that county.
Top 10 largest cities in Texas.
Number 10, Lubbock, Texas. Lubbock is a city in the U.S. state of Texas and the county seat of Lubbock County. With a population of 266,878 in 2023, the city is the 10th most populous city in Texas and 84th most populous in the United States. The city is in the northwestern part of the state in the Great Plains region, an area known historically and geographically as the Dano Estacado, and ecologically is part of the southern end of the High Plains, lying at the economic center of the Lubbock metropolitan area, which had an estimated population of 360,104 in 2023. Lubbock's nickname, Hub City, derives from it being the economic, educational, and healthcare hub of the multi-county region, north of the Permian Basin and south of the Texas Panhandle, commonly called the South Plains. The area is the largest contiguous cotton-growing region in the world and is heavily dependent on water from the Ogallala Aquifer for irrigation. Lubbock is home to Texas Tech University, the 6th largest college by enrollment in the state. Number 9, Plano, Texas. Plano is a city in the U.S. state of Texas, where it is the largest city in Collin County. Plano is also one of the principal cities of the Dallas and Fort Worth Metroplex. With a population of 285,494 at the 2020 census, it is the 9th most populous city in Texas and, respectively, the 73rd most populous city in the United States. Plano's economy is a large part of Dallas' economy, home to many large companies such as Frito-Lay, JCPenney, Pizza Hut, and other major distributors. It is also home to the headquarters of Toyota Motor North America. Plano has also been named as both one of the fastest growing cities and one of the best places to live in the country. Number 8, Corpus Christi, Texas. Corpus Christi is a coastal city in the South Texas region of the U.S. state of Texas and the county seat and largest city of Nueces County with portions extending into Aransas, Kleberg, and San Patricio counties. It is 130 miles and 210 kilometers southeast of San Antonio and 208 miles and 335 kilometers southwest of Houston. Its political boundaries encompass Nueces Bay and Corpus Christi Bay. Its zone boundaries include small land parcels or water inlets of 3 neighboring counties. The city's population was 316,239 in 2022, making it the 8th most populous city in Texas. The Corpus Christi metropolitan area had an estimated population of 442,600. It is also the hub of the 6-county Corpus Christi and Kingsville combined statistical area, with a 2013 estimated population of 516,793. The port of Corpus Christi is the 5th largest in the United States. The region is served by the Corpus Christi International Airport. The city's name means Body of Christ in ecclesiastical Latin, in reference to the Christian sacrament of Holy Communion. The name was given to the settlement and surrounding bay by Spanish explorer Alonso Alvarez de Pineda in 1519, as he discovered the lush semi-tropical bay on the western Christian feast day of Corpus Christi. Corpus Christi is home to Naval Air Station Corpus Christi, one of 2 locations training primary student pilots and advanced multi-engine pilots of the U.S. Navy, U.S. Marine Corps, and U.S. Coast Guard. Number 7. Arlington, Texas. Arlington is a city in Tarrant County, Texas, United States. It is part of the Mid-Cities region of the Dallas and Fort Worth and Arlington Metropolitan Statistical Area, and is a principal city of the metropolis and region. The city had a population of 394,266 in 2020, making it the second largest city in the county after Fort Worth and the third largest city in the metropolitan area after Dallas and Fort Worth. Arlington is the 5th most populous city in the United States, the 7th most populous city in the state of Texas, and the largest city in the state that is not a county seat. Arlington is home to the University of Texas at Arlington, a major urban research university, the Arlington Assembly Plant used by General Motors, the Nuclear Regulatory Commission Region 4, Texas Health Resources, Mensa International, and D.R. Horton. Additionally, Arlington hosts the Texas Rangers at Globe Life Field, the Dallas Cowboys at AT&T Stadium, the Arlington Renegades at Choctaw Stadium, the Dallas Wings at College Park Center, the International Bowling Campus which houses the United States Bowling Congress, International Bowling Museum and the International Bowling Hall of Fame, and the theme parks Six Flags Over Texas, the original Six Flags, and Hurricane Harbor. Number 6. El Paso, Texas. El Paso is a city in and a county seat of El Paso County, Texas, United States. The 2020 population of the city from the U.S. Census Bureau is 678,815, making it the 21st most populous city in the U.S., the most populous city in West Texas, and the 6th most populous city in Texas. Its metropolitan statistical area covers all of El Paso and Hudspeth counties in Texas, and had a population of 868,815 in 2020. El Paso stands on the Rio Grande across the Mexico and United States border from Ciudad Juárez, the most populous city in the Mexican state of Chihuahua. The Las Cruces area, in the neighboring U.S. state of New Mexico, has a population of 219,561 on the U.S. side. The El Paso metropolitan area forms part of the larger El Paso and Las Cruces combined statistical area, which has a population of 1,098,541. These 3 cities form a combined international metropolitan area, sometimes referred to as the Paso del Norte or the Borderplex. The region of 2.7 million people constitutes the largest bilingual and binational workforce in the Western Hemisphere. The city is home to 3 publicly traded companies and former Western Refining, now Marathon Petroleum, as well as home to the Medical Center of the Americas, the only medical research and care provider complex in West Texas and southern New Mexico, and the University of Texas at El Paso, the city's primary university. The city hosts the annual Sun Bowl college football postseason game, the second oldest bowl game in the country. El Paso has a strong federal and military presence. William Beaumont Army Medical Center, Biggs Army Airfield, and Fort Bliss are located in the area. Also headquartered in El Paso is the Drug Enforcement Administration Domestic Field Division 7, El Paso Intelligence Center, Joint Task Force North, United States Border Patrol El Paso Sector, and U.S. Border Patrol Special Operations Group. El Paso is a 5-time All-America City Award winner, winning in 1969, 2010, 2018, 2020, and 2021, and Congressional Quarterly ranked it in the top 3 safest large cities in the United States between 1997 and 2014, including holding the title of the safest city between 2011 and 2014. El Paso is also the second largest majority Hispanic city in the United States after San Antonio, with 81% of its residents being Hispanic. Number 5. Fort Worth, Texas. Fort Worth is a city in the U.S. state of Texas and the seat of Tarrant County, covering nearly 350 square miles and 910 square kilometers into Denton, Johnson, Parker, and Wise counties. According to the 2023 United States Census estimate, Fort Worth's population was 978,468, making it the 5th most populous city in the state and the 12th most populous in the United States. Fort Worth is the second largest city in the Dallas and Fort Worth Metroplex, which is the 4th most populous metropolitan area in the U.S. and the most populous in Texas. The city of Fort Worth was established in 1849 as an Army outpost on a bluff overlooking the Trinity River. Fort Worth has historically been a center of the Texas Longhorn cattle trade. It still embraces its Western heritage and traditional architecture and design. USS Fort Worth LCS-3 is the first ship of the United States Navy named after the city. Nearby Dallas has held a population majority as long as records have been kept, yet Fort Worth has become one of the fastest-growing cities in the United States at the beginning of the 21st century, nearly doubling its population since 2000. Fort Worth is the location of the Van Cliburn International Piano Competition and several museums designed by contemporary architects. The Kimbell Art Museum was designed by Louis Kahn, with an addition designed by Renzo Piano. The Modern Art Museum of Fort Worth was designed by Tadao Ando. The Ammon Carter Museum of American Art, designed by Philip Johnson, houses American art. The Sid Richardson Museum, redesigned by David M. Schwartz, has a collection of Western art in the U.S. emphasizing Frederick Remington and Charles Russell. The Fort Worth Museum of Science and History was designed by Ricardo Legorreta of Mexico. Fort Worth is the location of several university communities: Texas Christian University, Texas Wesleyan, University of North Texas Health Science Center, and Texas A&M University School of Law. Several multinational corporations, including Bell Textron, American Airlines, and BNSF Railway, are headquartered in Fort Worth. Number 4. Austin, Texas. Austin is the capital of the U.S. state of Texas and the seat and most populous city of Travis County, with portions extending into Hayes and Williamson counties. Incorporated on December 27, 1839, it is the 26th largest metropolitan area in the United States, the 11th most populous city in the United States, the 4th most populous city in the state after Houston, San Antonio, and Dallas, and the 2nd most populous state capital city after Phoenix, the capital of Arizona. It has been one of the fastest growing large cities in the United States since 2010. Downtown Austin and downtown San Antonio are approximately 80 miles 129 kilometers apart and both fall along the Interstate 35 corridor. This combined metropolitan region of San Antonio and Austin has approximately 5 million people. Austin is the southernmost state capital in the contiguous United States and is considered a Ganopus-level global city as categorized by the Globalization and World Cities Research Network. As of 2024, Austin had an estimated population of 984,567, up from 961,855 at the 2020 census. The city is the cultural and economic center of the Austin and Round Rock Metropolitan Statistical Area, which had an estimated population of 2,473,275 as of July 1, 2023. Located in central Texas within the greater Texas Hill Country, it is home to numerous lakes, rivers, and waterways, including Lady Bird Lake and Lake Travis on the Colorado River, Barton Springs, McKinney Falls, and Lake Walter E. Long. Residents of Austin are known as Austinites. They include a diverse mix of government employees, college students, musicians, high-tech workers, and blue-collar workers. The city's official slogan promotes Austin as the live music capital of the world, a reference to the city's many musicians and live music venues, as well as the long-running PBS TV concert series Austin City Limits. Austin is the site of South by Southwest SXSW, an annual conglomeration of parallel film, interactive media, and music festivals. The city also adopted Silicon Hills as a nickname in the 1990s due to a rapid influx of technology and development companies. In recent years, some Austinites have adopted the unofficial slogan "Keep Austin Weird," which refers to the desire to protect small, unique, and local businesses from being overrun by large corporations. Since the late 19th century, Austin has also been known as the City of the Violet Crown because of the colorful glow of light across the hills just after sunset. Emerging from a strong economic focus on government and education, since the 1990s, Austin has become a center for technology and business. The technology roots in Austin can be traced back to the 1960s, when defense electronics contractor Tracker, now BAE Systems, began operations in the city in 1962. IBM followed in 1967, opening a facility to produce its Selectric typewriters. Texas Instruments was set up in Austin 2 years later, and Motorola, now NXP Semiconductors, started semiconductor chip manufacturing in 1974. A number of Fortune 500 companies have headquarters or regional offices in Austin, including 3M, Advanced Micro Devices, AMD, Agilent Technologies, Amazon, Apple, Dell, Facebook, Meta, General Motors, Google, IBM, Intel, NXP Semiconductors, Oracle, Tesla, and Texas Instruments. With regard to education, Austin is the home of the University of Texas at Austin, one of the largest universities in the U.S. with over 50,000 students. In 2021, Austin became home to the Austin FC, the first and currently only major professional sports team in the city. Number 3. Dallas, Texas. Dallas is a city in the U.S. state of Texas and the most populous city in the Dallas and Fort Worth Metroplex, the most populous metropolitan area in Texas and the fourth most populous metropolitan area in the United States at 7.5 million people. It is the most populous city in and seat of Dallas County with portions extending into Collin, Denton, Coffin, and Rockwall counties. With a 2020 census population of 1,304,379, it is the ninth most populous city in the U.S. and the third most populous city in Texas after Houston and San Antonio. Located in the North Texas region, the city of Dallas is the main core of the largest metropolitan area in the southern United States and the largest inland metropolitan area in the U.S. that lacks any navigable link to the sea. Dallas and nearby Fort Worth were initially developed as a product of the construction of major railroad lines through the area, allowing access to cotton, cattle, and later oil in North and East Texas. The construction of the interstate highway system reinforced Dallas's prominence as a transportation hub, with 4 major interstate highways converging in the city and a 5th interstate loop around it. Dallas then developed as a strong industrial and financial center and a major inland port due to the convergence of major railroad lines, interstate highways, and the construction of Dallas-Fort Worth International Airport, one of the largest and busiest airports in the world. In addition, Dallas Area Rapid Transit DART operates rail and bus transit services throughout the city and its surrounding suburbs. Dominant sectors of its diverse economy include defense, financial services, information technology, telecommunications, and transportation. The Dallas and Fort Worth Metroplex hosts 23 Fortune 500 companies, the second most in Texas and fourth most in the United States, and 11 of those companies are located within Dallas city limits. Over 41 colleges and universities are located within its metropolitan area, which is the most of any metropolitan area in Texas. The city has a population from a myriad of ethnic and religious backgrounds and is one of the largest LGBT communities in the U.S. Wallet Hub named Dallas the 5th most diverse city in the United States in 2018. Number 2. San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio, officially the city of San Antonio, is a city in the U.S. state of Texas and the most populous city in Greater San Antonio, the 3rd largest metropolitan area in Texas and the 24th largest metropolitan area in the United States at 2.6 million people in the 2020 U.S. Census. It is the most populous city in and the county seat of Bexar County. The city is the 7th most populous in the United States, the 2nd largest in the southern United States, and the 2nd most populous in Texas after Houston. Founded as a Spanish mission and colonial outpost in 1718, the city in 1731 became the first chartered civil settlement in what is now present-day Texas. The area was then part of the Spanish Empire. From 1821 to 1836, it was part of the Mexican Republic. It is the oldest municipality in Texas, having celebrated its 300th anniversary on May 1, 2018. Straddling the regional divide between South and Central Texas, San Antonio anchors the southwestern corner of an urban megaregion colloquially known as the Texas Triangle. Downtown Austin and downtown San Antonio are approximately 80 miles and 129 kilometers apart, and both fall along the I-35 corridor. This combined metropolitan region of San Antonio and Austin has approximately 5 million people. San Antonio was named by a 1691 Spanish expedition for the Portuguese priest Saint Anthony of Padua, whose feast day is June 13. The city contains 5 18th-century Spanish frontier missions, including the Alamo and San Antonio Missions National Historical Park. Together these were designated as UNESCO World Heritage Sites in 2015. Other notable attractions include the River Walk, the Tower of the Americas, SeaWorld San Antonio, the Alamo Bowl, and Marriage Island. Commercial entertainment includes Six Flags Fiesta Texas and Morgan's Wonderland amusement parks. According to the San Antonio Convention and Visitors Bureau, the city is visited by about 32 million tourists a year. It is home to the 5-time National Basketball Association NBA champion San Antonio Spurs. It hosts the annual San Antonio Stock Show and Rodeo, one of the largest such events in the U.S. The U.S. Armed Forces have numerous facilities in and around San Antonio. Fort Sam Houston, which has Brooke Army Medical Center within it, is the only one within the city limits. Lackland Air Force Base, Randolph Air Force Base, Kelly Air Force Base, Camp Bullies, and Camp Stanley are outside the city limits. San Antonio is home to 4 Fortune 500 companies and the South Texas Medical Center, the only medical research and care provider in the South Texas region. San Antonio is also one of the largest majority Hispanic cities in the United States, with 64% of its population being Hispanic. Number 1. Houston, Texas. Houston is the most populous city in the U.S. state of Texas and in the southern United States. Located in southeast Texas near Galveston Bay and the Gulf of Mexico, it is the seat of Harris County as well as the principal city of the Greater Houston metropolitan area, the fifth most populous metropolitan statistical area in the United States and the second most populous in Texas after Dallas and Fort Worth. With a population of 2,314,157 in 2023, Houston is the fourth most populous city in the United States after New York City, Los Angeles, and Chicago, and the sixth most populous city in North America. Houston is the southeast anchor of the greater mega region known as the Texas Triangle, comprising a land area of 640.4 square miles and 1,659 square kilometers. Houston is the ninth most expansive city in the United States, including consolidated city counties. It is the largest city in the United States by total area whose government is not consolidated with a county, parish, or borough. Though primarily in Harris County, small portions of the city extend into Fort Bend and Montgomery counties, bordering other principal communities of Greater Houston such as Sugar Land and The Woodlands. Houston was founded by land investors on August 30, 1836 at the confluence of Buffalo Bayou and White Oak Bayou, a point now known as Allen's Landing, and incorporated as a city on June 5, 1837. The city is named after former General Sam Houston, who was President of the Republic of Texas and had won Texas's independence from Mexico at the Battle of San Jacinto 25 miles and 40 kilometers east of Allen's Landing. After briefly serving as the capital of the Texas Republic in the late 1830s, Houston grew steadily into a regional trading center for the remainder of the 19th century. The 20th century brought a convergence of economic factors that fueled rapid growth in Houston, including a burgeoning port and railroad industry, the decline of Galveston as Texas's primary port following a devastating 1900 hurricane, the subsequent construction of the Houston Ship Channel, and the Texas oil boom. In the mid-20th century, Houston's economy diversified as it became home to the Texas Medical Center, the world's largest concentration of healthcare and research institutions, and NASA's Johnson Space Center, home to the Mission Control Center. Since the late 19th century, Houston's economy has had a broad industrial base in energy, manufacturing, aeronautics, and transportation. Leading in healthcare sectors and building oilfield equipment, Houston has the second most Fortune 500 headquarters of any U.S. municipality within its city limits. The Port of Houston ranks first in the United States in international waterborne tonnage handled and second in total cargo tonnage handled. Nicknamed the Bayou City, Space City, H-Town, and the 713, Houston have become a global city with strengths in culture, medicine, and research. The city's population comprises various ethnic and religious backgrounds, as well as a large and growing international community. Houston is the most diverse metropolitan area in Texas and has been described as the most racially and ethnically diverse major city in the U.S. It is home to many cultural institutions and exhibits, such as the Houston Museum District and the Houston Theater District.